Speaking of what's next, let's move on to topic number 2. So, Happy New Year, everybody. We're in 2022 officially. And obviously, everybody, oh, it's a new year, new me, New Year's resolution, blah, blah, blah. Now, I know there's always the stigma with that, like, oh, you're going to say you're doing something, you're going to lift weights for 3 days, and then you're going to be done because it's too hard. I get that, but also let's try and pump these people up. Let's support these people. Let's try and enhance their goals. Now, do you only need to make goals during New Year's? No, absolutely not. You can make a goal whenever you want. But it is definitely that time of year where everybody feels a little bit more motivated to put the right foot forward. So yeah, let's try and boost each other up and help each other out with that. So because it's that time of year, I kind of want to talk about my goals for 2022, or at least some of them. And I mentioned, post this trip, like I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling better. Those creative juices are going a little bit more. I don't know, whatever you want to say. So there's a couple things that I definitely want to do. We'll have to see the success rate, but I've talked about it for a while, but kind of getting back into doing, more physical stuff, some more exercises. I don't know if I'll get into Taekwondo fully, but it's definitely been a gap of time where I definitely missed that aspect of my life. So if I can somehow re-implement that, whether it is joining Taekwondo again or if it's just doing something on my own, I'd like to get back into that. Obviously the health benefits of that would be nice, but I think it's just time to kind of be more active, do something more physical. I sit on my butt all the time at work, so I need to move around a little bit more. So I think that's one goal, is just for myself to be a little bit more active and do something there and get back on the swing of things with that. And then speaking of sitting on my butt, but obviously we've been keeping up with the podcasts. Goal is to keep doing those, whether it's this one, whether it's Marvel Plus. But also I want to get back into streaming some games from time to time. There's potential of a big change coming soon. I don't want to go too much into that just because if it does happen, if it doesn't happen, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But anyways, if that change does occur, it would certainly help things, I think, with streaming. So I'd like to get back into streaming some games. I don't know what exactly I want to stream per se. I know I was doing a lot of Apex Legends over the summer before I stopped, and some other stuff that was more like just multiplayer fun, which those things are entertaining and definitely fun to play. I don't know if I want to dive back into more story-based stuff. We had done a few here and there, but obviously, for example, what's that game? Death Stranding. We started it and then we stopped. So I don't know if maybe story-based games will help. Obviously that would help with the backlog if that's a goal to try and chase after, but we'll take that into consideration and think about what we want to do there stream wise. But I definitely want to get back into it. Like I said, it's been a long break since playing games on stream, almost 6 months, if not more, which is the longest I've ever not done this since starting it. So getting back into that, hopefully getting some momentum and kind of working on building the channel, whether it's networking or more viewers or whatever it is, just getting back in the swing of things. That would be great. Speaking of, I know Lady and I we'll have to figure out when we're playing A Way Out, thanks to Jeff and his channel points, but don't worry, that will happen. She is on a break right now with school, so she does have some time. It's just a matter of planning. So we'll definitely be doing some multiplayer stuff with that, but looking forward to that. What else is there that I want to try and do and achieve? I talked about the podcasts already, maintaining those, and I think that's another goal for this U2, is just maintaining a lot of stuff, keeping up with, the routine of work and life, just keeping those things going. Not that I think they need adjustments or anything, but just maintaining, keeping that positive momentum going. So whether it is, once again, work and life, or whether it's the podcast, just making sure that those things are supported and balanced and worked on so I can keep up with those. Man, I feel like I had a few more, but now I'm blanking. I don't know. This time of year, like I said, it's always interesting because everybody has the motivation to do new things or like make new routines for themselves, but like it's not necessary. And like I said, you can also do it at any time. And I think that's the big thing too, is like setting these goals, while great, you got to make sure you also have like realistic expectations with yourself. Like, I can't just be here on Twitch be like, oh, I'm going to get back into gaming and I'm going to have 1,000 subs. Like, while that's great and that's a good goal to chase, I can't realistically say that and then expect to reach that, or maybe say that and then like hurt myself when it doesn't happen, or if it doesn't happen. Like, obviously that could happen, but like setting those standards, you got to be careful with those things. So not accepting defeat per se, but just giving yourself the realistic goal, but also keep that positive optimism. Like, hey, I may not be making the progress that I wanted to with my initial goal, but there are positive steps being taken. That's the thing. Find the positives. Negatives, yeah, you can go over there. Find the positives and keep building towards it. And that's, I think, the big thing for any goals, whether it's my goals, your goals, whoever's goals, is remembering progress. We can't put those barriers in front of us, those stopping points, because it got too hard or the results aren't what I wanted. Like, be patient with ourselves and follow through. It will happen, but it's up to us. We're the battery that's got to fuel this thing forward, to charge this thing forward. As soon as we stop, it stops. So I think that's more my thing that I need to focus on this year compared to years in the past, is like realizing, yes, the goals are great, but that effort, that's where you got to follow through on. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just looking forward to this year. I'm looking forward to some change, and that sounds weird because like I have a lot of good things in my life, but I'm looking forward to making those changes to kind of keep pursuing what I want to pursue, whether it's the stream, whether it's the podcast, whether it's life itself, you know, and the relationships I've built there. Like, I want to keep those things going. So it's like, how do we keep doing that, and how do we take the right steps to doing that and doing what you want to do, doing what I want to do. So I guess that's really it. I don't know. I can't think of any goals as I monologue here that continue with that. So I guess those would be the big ones. Be more physically active, get back into game streamings, and just, you know, maintain what I already have. Keep that going. Are there some other smaller goals? Yeah, but I don't feel I really need to touch on those. But those will be my big three. Maybe you guys can keep me accountable for that as you listen to this and as time goes on. Like, hey, how's that going? Oh, yeah, no. But yeah, I guess those are my goals. If you guys have any goals for yourself for this new year, I do wish you the best of luck, whether you're making them now or whether you're making them 6 months from now, whatever it is. As long as you are working on improving yourself and doing things that you want to do, that is what matters. You know, take that energy and put it into a positive use or positive format. I don't know. We're here to support you. Keep doing it. Yeah. Now I feel like I'm just keeping going on. But this has been another episode of the Wait What podcast, episode 115. In case you forgot from the beginning, my name is Bret, aka Enigma9011. You can catch this podcast live over on twitch.tv/Enigma9011 every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can join the chat like Papa Griff and Jeff did today to join in on the conversation. If you're a subscriber over there, we'd love to have you. If you can't catch it live, that's A-OK. It's broken out topic by topic and put as one big video on YouTube and podcast services on the following Friday. Merch store, get all of your swag over there. T-shirts, cups, backpacks, and more. Rep the brand, support us, and we would love you for it. I'm really glad to be back with you guys starting this new year off, hopefully right. Figuring out, obviously, what our goals are for 2022 and pursuing those. I appreciate your guys' support throughout this past year with this podcast. Has definitely grown a little bit. Regardless of platform that we're on, whether you watch it on YouTube, whether you give it a listen on Spotify, SoundCloud, wherever. I appreciate your support there and giving it a chance. If you guys can give it a thumbs up, give it a 5-star rating, get all that fun stuff so more people can hear about it, or just spread the word, whatever it is. I'd appreciate that as well. If you liked it, see if you can share it with somebody else who you think would enjoy it too. But yeah, enough of me rambling for this week. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. Thank you guys for giving this a watch, giving it a listen, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Take care.